Hello everyone, I'm Meredith Hackler, and if you can't wait for the fun of Duck Duck Daze, today we're going to highlight what you can look forward to at New Hope's favorite festival. We start with one of the festival's most high-profile events, the Pizza Eating Contest, which is sponsored by Frankie's Pizza. Here's what you need to know about the contest, as well as some tips on how to win. From Chicago-style pizza to thin crust, Frankie's Pizza has just about anything you can imagine on their menu.
We have a full menu here. We've got Italian beef sandwiches, Chicago dogs. We're great for our pastas, burgers, ribs, and everything, along with the traditional, original Chicago-style pizzas.
And they've been a part of the community and Duck Duck Daze for more than 20 years.
Frankie's have been part of New Hope since 1991, when the restaurant opened. We've been part of Duck Duck Daze for almost the entire time, over 20 years that we've been part of Duck Duck Daze, serving pizza by the slice out there.
And one thing they're also known for is the pizza eating contest at Duck Duck Daze.
16 years ago, we started the pizza eating contest. It's a 16-inch thin crust, extra large cheese pizza. We just started it for fun, and it's been a great competition every year.
And while most eating contests are all about quantity, this eating contest is all about speed.
The goal is to eat the entire pizza in less than 10 minutes. Not every year somebody finishes it, so we go off of whoever ate the most, but the record is 4 minutes, 57 seconds to finish the entire pizza.
And while that's only happened once,
it was unbelievable. He didn't even look like he was trying.
The crew at Frankie's Pizza has some advice on how to best finish the pizza on the 10-minute mark.
Take it slow and easy. Don't eat too much at the start. I don't recommend dipping it in water. And just kind of go slow and fast, and you'll get there.
Only 10 people can compete, and registration starts a week ahead of the festival. So if you think you've got what it takes to eat a whole pizza in 10 minutes, you can sign up by visiting our website, ccxmedia.org. Well, this year, you can expect changes in security at Duck Duck Daze.
We're going to have a fenced area that's going to require paying $5 to get in, and you'll receive a token. And you can use that token to spend at any of the food stops or anything like that. We're going to have probably double the amount of police there.
The New Hope Police Department is making the changes with the goal of making the festival more family-friendly. In years past, some festival goers had become unruly and caused safety concerns. Along with added security measures, the police department will have activities for kids, as well as information about the new hands-free law, which goes into effect on August 1st.
We will have distracted driving and impaired driving activities for everyone. This year we have a new set of goggles that we've borrowed from the Safety Council to show people what it is like to be behind the wheel and fall asleep, or to become distracted when you're behind the wheel. So we want everybody to come and try out those activities. We have some free prizes to give away to everyone who stops by and tries something out.
Animals are something most kids and adults enjoy being around. At Duck Duck Daze, Happy Tales Mobile Petting Zoo will be on site with lots of different farm animals. But the story behind how this Minnesota couple started their business is just as sweet as the animals they share. Happy Tales Mobile Petting Zoo has been sharing their animals with the Twin Cities since 2016. The Black family started their herd with just a couple of goats, but that quickly changed once they realized how many farm animals needed a home.
Probably half of our animals are rescues, and they know they got a good home and nicest animals you'd probably ever encounter.
The Blacks had a love for animals and wanted to save as many as possible, so they started a sanctuary. But they soon found out that other people loved seeing their animals as much as they loved caring for them, eventually leading to the couple starting Happy Tales Mobile Petting Zoo.
It's the only job I know in the whole wide world where you make everybody happy and you make the animals happy too. They love getting petted, as you can see. They love getting their treats and the green grass and everybody getting their scratches, and yeah, they like it as much as we do.
The couple both still work full-time, but they hope to one day turn the petting zoo into their full-time job.
We are so busy that I'm thinking probably in a year or two we're going to both be able to quit our full-time jobs and do this full-time. We turn down probably 2 or 3 requests a day because we're so booked.
They still get calls regularly from people asking them to take in new animals, which they do with pride because their love for livestock is something they love sharing with the Twin Cities.
We started with 2 goats and now we have a total of close to 80 animals. So, I mean, it's taken 3 years and it's a lot of work when you're working full-time also, but do it. Animals are the best therapy out there.
Happy Tales Mobile Petting Zoo will be at Duck Duck Daze on July 14th from noon to 5 p.m. and admission is $3. Well, there will also be music at Duck Duck Daze thanks to Bach to Rock Music School. Bach to Rock teaches lessons to people of all ages. The school teaches many different instruments and genres of music, whether it's rock or classical music. They stress that not every instrument can be learned in a couple of lessons.
There are certain instruments like drums, you can get somebody to play a drum in a day. You know, you can get somebody to play something on a piano in a day. But guitar, to be able to play full chords and stuff like that, might take, 2 or 3 weeks.
The Bach to Rock School will be performing at Duck Duck Daze on Saturday, July 13th at 1:30 p.m. Those are just a few of the many activities that Duck Duck Daze has taking place. For more information on when and where all the Duck Duck Daze festivities will be held, visit their website on your screen, duckduckdaze.com, and head out to New Hope on July 12th through the 14th.
Minnesota is a hotbed for hockey, and USA hockey programs are often held in the state. 3 young players from the northwest suburbs match skills with some of the country's best in their age group. It's an impressive group of players. The USA Hockey Girls 16 and 17-year-old National Development Camp in St. Cloud included a healthy dose of Minnesota players. For Wayzata's Sophie Urban, Maple Grove's Tristana Tater, and Breck's Emily Zumwinkle, it's a thrill to be included.
I always love coming out of these camps because you always meet so many new people from all over the country, and it's actually been super fun because for the past 3 years or so I've actually had the same girl from Alaska been on my team for the past 3 years, so it's fun to come out here every year and it's good to see her.
Yeah, it's a great experience just seeing all your competition all around the country and just meeting new people and seeing their different culture around the country and just meeting new people. It's really fun.
Yeah, this is such an amazing experience, to play with girls all over the country. It's so cool.
All 3 of the local girls have been to past select camps. With the high level of play, the game moves fast, and it isn't easy to dominate. That's all part of the learning curve.
Yeah, I think it's just all about moving the puck, creating chances for your teammates, and everyone knows they're good out there, so you just gotta play with the good players and make plays.
Yeah, I think it makes everyone make their style of play go faster, which makes it difficult, but also at the same time makes you a better player.
Whether it be USA hockey reps or college coaches, plenty of eyes are focused on the players. That can be nerve-wracking, but the local girls say it's all part of the experience.
It definitely does add a little bit of added pressure, but I do try my best to just kind of ignore them and just go out there and have fun.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows they're out there and everyone's watching you, but at the end of the day, you got to play your game and play it to your best potential and put everything out there.
They're impressive on the rinks in the northwest suburbs. And Tater, Urban, and Zumwinkle showed they can compete with the best in the USA. Next is the girls' 15-year-old development camp running July 12th through 17th again at St. Cloud State. A handful of local players have also been selected for that camp. A lot of anglers find success using wacky worms to hook large and smallmouth bass. Terry Tuma offers more advice on this topic in this week's CCX Sports Fishing Tip.
I've had several questions about fishing wacky worms, so I thought I would address those again, even though we talked about it in previous programs. But the wacky worm is really a go-to lure, especially for a neutral to tough bite fish. We're talking bass, of course, largemouth and smallmouth, but really I do use either what's called a General by Berkeley or a power sinking minnow. This individual recently asked me what length. I usually stay with that right around that 5-inch. Not a lot of good results with the 4-inch, but there's going to be certain situations situation where you do want to use a 4-inch. And then too, you can get wacky worm jigs as shown right here. And I use a jig for more aggressive fish, rougher water due to wind, and also deep water. It works very, very well. And then the plain hook, a wacky worm hook, also shallower fish and a slow reaction bite, if you will, instead of a tougher bite. And then too, what we have to understand here is that you do not just cast out and retrieve it. You can use a lift and drop. You can leave it lay on the bottom. In fact, especially with a plain hook, it just use a dead stick approach, also extremely productive. In fact, we've had great success here recently with some pretty nice bass. So give this wacky worm a try, working with different colors. Generally speaking, the pumpkin seed and the green pumpkin are going to be one of your most productive. Casting right to the edge of the weeds and even away from the reeds, or if you're working some riprap areas for smallmouth, some rocky areas for smallmouth, also a very, very productive technique, and a presentation needs to vary. Be sure to give it a try. You'll be very, very surprised at the wonderful success you'll have fishing for largemouth and smallmouth bass.
Thanks, Terry, and that is all for sports. More news in a moment.